No, look, Snow White is going to
Enthusiasm
take a
for it.
loss. It's going
Here, share my screen.
I guess it really depends on if women show up. But
Lord.
Barbie
Here.
had traction.
It might be Disney's biggest loss, to be honest.
Why doesn't it let me?
Well, Barbie was a bait and switch.
Barbie was,
There
yeah.
we go.
Well, Barbie also visually.
But Barbie appealed to women.
Oh, look at that.
Of all ages.
Guys, first screening available.
And
this
that's
is-
in-
What's the 8:30 look like though?
This is the popular theater near.
Is that like in what town in California though? Like,
This is
look at that.
Irvine Spectrum. It's
oh,
really
there it is,
popular.
right there. I'm sorry.
That's not
Two
bad.
tickets sold. There's only two. Is that
What
two?
about that 5:30?
Four. Oh my god.
Wait, those are tickets sold, right?
Yeah, so the ones with people.
Little peoples.
Oh, let's look at Friday because that's the real day. It shows the. Okay,
Some
you got
lot
one
of
row.
Like,
That's
yeah.
that's a
Wow,
group of
that's
friends.
Fucking bad.
Nothing.
There's
Not a
nobody
Look
in
at
this.
that.
Oh, okay, at the very
2:30.
Bad. Wow.
Wow, there's
And
few
this
there.
is just
few
for
there.
a regular screening. I can go to a fancier screening. Well, these are all recliner chairs, but like
No,
look at-
that's really bad.
it's
Those are the
not
best
bad.
seats in the house, like for any theater.
Yeah, exactly.
Holy
I can
shit.
check the
See,
IMAX because this is an
And
IMAX
I've been
one.
noticing this too. I don't know if you guys have noticed this. A few other
Nothing.
people have said something like, when I pre-order tickets, sometimes there'll be a bunch of seats taken, but then when I go to the theater, nobody actually sits in them.
Two.
Wow, look at
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
So
that's
people
bad.
just aren't showing
They're-
up,
they're
or
fucked.
Best seats
Or-
right there with the wheelchairs next to them.
Yeah.
Now you get the 2 C's right there.
yeah.
And you know, the wheelchair guys aren't going to come, so you have that whole little aisle to yourself.
Yeah. This is going to
Yeah,
be a
that's
bad
really
year for
bad.
Disney.
So that was Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I showed you the screenings. That's for the Screen 7. Let me see if I can find the other one.
Wow.
Wouldn't
No,
it be
they're
crazy
going to
if
take a
they
bath on
under
this.
predictions? That would be insane.
I'm telling you, I think the dark horse for Disney this year is going to be Thunderbolts. I think Thunderbolts is actually going to do very well.
I think Lilo and Stitch is going to do really
Lilo
well.
and Stitch is gonna rock it out. I think. Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause
That's
even
$1
I'm
billion.
intrigued by that trailer.
Okay, wait,
But I
share my
also- I
screen
love
again.
Stitch.
Sorry.
Stitch is like one of their most popular characters. So I can. Holy shit!
So this
Like,
is
doing really well.
so hold on.
God.
Whoa, look at that!
Wow.
Everyone goes to this theater because of
shit.
the IMAX. It's
That's
like the
crazy.
most legit IMAX you'll ever go to.
Hold
this
on, but
is
that's
Thursday.
preview day. So
is
let's look at
Thursday.
7. Wow.
Oh my gosh!
No way.
No seats sold. Holy
Wow.
crap.
Okay, well, let's
That
look
can't
at.
be right.
There we go.
Friday.
All right, Friday night.
No.
Everyone's out for
No.
the night on the town. Wow, look at that.
I got.
Oh,
Wow.
Empty theater.
Oh,
Holy
no.
shit.
I'm not feeling so good, Mr. Walt.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, now bring mine
Yeah.
up because this is the biggest one in Madison, Wisconsin for Friday night,
Yeah, this
7:30
theater's usually
p.m.
packed.
One person? Did you see one person at
Oh, there's a bunch of girlfriends.
Wow, that's bad.
Flash, bring mine up because it's for Madison, Wisconsin in the main
Oh,
theater. It's
Damn. Yeah, that's really bad.
Guys, I'm
Yeah.
telling you right now, if they can't do that in California, they're
Not a single seat
Wow.
sold in the capital of Wisconsin.
Jesus Christ, man.
That would be
Wow.
insane if they actually came in like under predictions. Like
That's what I'm
Wow.
thinking, Steph. That's what I've been trying to
Yeah.
say. Is this is not even going to reach the levels of Little Mermaid? That's my point. Like it's
Well,
'Cause at
when
least-
it fails, do you guys think that she's gonna blame Gal Gadot for being like pro-Israel?
No, I think she's gonna blame Disney.
I think she's going to roll on Disney as
Yeah, I
soon
think
as this is done.
I think she's gonna blame the toxic
like all
male.
of this that they've been doing, pulling her, like pulling promotion, not
Yeah.
letting her speak to any of the press. Correct me if I'm wrong, Tom. I don't know if that is in their contract when they are signed on to do all of these things. Like if it is in their contract to speak to the press, to do all of these things, if Disney has changed her contract or something, she could roll on them.
It's not
And-
always in their contract, but sometimes
it's
is.
in their contract, but it's usually in their discretion, right? Like
Yeah,
that's the thing you have to
exactly.
remember.
Yeah. But
Now as far
could,
as
she could blame Disney. I could see her blaming Disney.
Oh,
as
yeah.
No,
opposed to
blame Disney,
Gal
and
Gadot.
I think she'll blame
especially because I saw something. Someone came out with a report, and I swear I was trying to fact check it everywhere, but I couldn't. But they were like, my sources said, and they were a pretty big account on Instagram, so I wasn't too sure. But they were saying that like Disney and her, or not Disney, Rachel Zegler, like, and her lawyers are getting ready to sue Disney because they've been sort of muzzling her, and they called her a bunch of times and told her, you need to stop speaking out, you need to cut it out, you're ruining the film.
Oh yeah, 100%.
They don't have a case.
That's already kind of been confirmed.
They don't have a
That
case.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
she was.
Gary
just
says
said
it
the
is
same
in the
thing.
contract.
Well, I
Yeah.
saw, but I don't know if how true that report is, because I was like really
Yeah,
looking
exactly.
It can be.
at
No.
Disney. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
unless they're okay.
Yeah, because they're
Unless
saying,
they're
like, this person was
What'll
saying that
happen?
like, oh, she's
One
getting
at a
ready to
time,
sue
please.
Disney because she's contractually obligated to promote this film and do interviews, and they're not letting her do interviews because she's just posing for photos. And
Again, if she tries to sue him, then it'll get tossed because it's at their discretion, like Gary and
Yeah.
I just said.
Yeah.
But like on the other end of this, unless they're pushing their agenda and like, or they're telling her you can't talk about this at all, period, not just involving Snow White's press. Now that might be a grayer area. See, because that's the thing. I'm sure under a certain amount of time period where you're like supposed to be promoting a film, you're kind of under their thumb, right? Like that's the thing. But once that's up, like you're right. If there is kind of like this idea where she feels like she's been shut up, don't think she won't come out and say something. I agree
Also,
with
you
you.
got
there.
you got skipping over something pretty big. It's not Disney. It's not even Disney most of the time that's telling her not to do this.
Right.
This
It's
is
her
her
publicist
agent.
and shit. Yeah,
This is her
exactly.
agent telling her not to talk.
Yeah.
Not Disney.
I guarantee you that Disney has told her to
Disney
shut
Sure,
her
has
mouth.
no,
been,
yeah,
yeah.
no, they probably
Oh,
have
for
I
sure.
guarantee- Sure,
they're probably
have.
calling her agent and telling her agent, shut her up.
Yes,
Yeah,
her
they're
agent is
panicking.
the one telling her.
Because she can't
fuck up like that.
control, like there's a really good example of watching how she act, because like Gal Gadot is a class act. Like she doesn't run her, like she's a really good example. That's why they're sending her to all of these outlets now without Rachel Zegler, because she can handle, like a really good
that's
example.
Not so true.
Remember
Oh,
when
no,
Ezra
no,
Miller?
Tom, she's a professional.
Remember
No,
when
but did you
Ezra
guys
Miller?
not just see
Remember
recently?
when Ezra Miller had her on the thing and was like, "What do you think of the heteronormative patriarchy?"
Oh God.
She handled that pretty good.
That
Now
was up
imagine-
until she started speaking out for Israel. See, that's a
Now
problem.
she doesn't do
She
that.
doesn't do
attached to
that
any
for the-
project that she's on.
I
Tom.
know,
That's the
but they're
difference,
trying
though.
to draw a compare. Did you not see what the press is doing?
But they're
They
doing that to
absolutely
try
are.
to
They
save
They're
Rachel
absolutely
trying to
Zegler.
draw a comparison
But-
here, and that's a problem.
Rachel
They
Zegler
absolutely
will
are.
put
They're
out a
trying to
tweet.
spin it
Oh my
at
God.
Disney, probably at Disney's discretion, because Rachel Zegler is the one who is drawing comparisons.
She puts a
with
tweet out that
all of
says,
that.
"Go
Yes.
see Snow White,
she's the
free
one that's attaching
Palestine."
her beliefs to the movie, whereas Gal
Yes.
Gadot, she's doing it on her own time. She's not attaching any of her beliefs to projects that she's working on. So the press doing that, they're trying to spin it in a way that it's like kind of like both actresses are at fault. So it's not all this Disney princess that we're supposed to love and care about right now.
You know
They're
what's
trying
gonna
to take
happen?
heat. They're trying to take heat
They're
off
trying to
of
take heat off
Rachel.
of Zegler, yeah.
You know what's going to happen when this movie bombs? Rachel's going to blame Disney, and Disney's going to blame the fans.
No,
see, this
no,
is-
no,
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 Disney
no.
won't- they
100%.
wouldn't
You
do
don't
that.
think so? You
Rhino,
don't think Disney's
Rhino,
going to
right-
say, "Oh, it's the racist,
Disney-
fucking toxic out there
right
that
now-
they want to see a black Snow White"?
No, Rhino.
Oh.
Disney right now is in repair mode. They're not going to blame the fans again for shit like this. They're going to just skip. Here's the thing: Disney has already thrown this movie away. They've already
Yeah.
they know it's a loss. They already know
They
it's a
do.
loss.
I know
Yeah.
it's
Like,
fucked.
it's not even
Once
like,
it's
oh, we
out, like
wondered.
that's it. I don't think we're gonna hear anything from Disney about
We're not
this.
going to hear anything from Disney.
Yeah.
They know this is a loss, and they want to quietly sweep.
They
it
just
under
want
the
to get it
rug
over with.
and get it over with, man. That's
Yeah.
what they're trying to do here. That's why they're not marketing it. That's why they're stopping all the red carpets, because they know it's a loss. They're
Yeah,
trying
there's
to
been
get
no
rid of it.
marketing for this movie. I have seen nothing.
I've seen some, but
Not
nearly
much.
to the extent
Very
of-
little. Like they're just trying to get rid of it.
Yeah,
So-
I think they know this movie's
The only
fucked.
person who's going to bitch about this is Rachel Zegler.
Well,
Mhm.
what's
And
unfortunate about
possible media outlets will blame toxic fans. Yes, absolutely.
yeah,
I
of
mean
course.
that my favorite Variety article, my favorite
yeah,
Variety
maybe it was-
interviewer, Mark Malkin. I mean, he already blamed toxic fans.
Yeah.
Right. So,
The
like,
gayest.
yeah, journalists
How
probably
dare
will.
all
How
of
much did the reshoots cost with the CGI?
A lot. Hundreds of millions.
Ouch.
I feel bad for Mark Webb. The guy that
yeah, the new
missed-
number that's floating around is 280 million.
for a
this
Snow
thing.
White movie.
Yes.
It's 300 plus.
But yeah, so this is my point with this too, and Steph's right. They're spinning it, but if anything, this is gonna hurt Gal in the end more than anything, because now it's putting her out there as a problematic. Well, that's the thing. She's not in what most of. First of all, her opinion is not what most of Hollywood's opinion is on this matter.
No, Tom, come on.
As far as like the actors,
we're gonna call a spade here. Hollywood is still run by Jews. She is a Jew. She is fine.
Yeah, I don't think that it would hurt her simply because I think that like people who are hiring people in Hollywood are probably smarter than that. They understand the spin and they know which one is the more problematic actress.
Yeah, the Gal is fine. She'll still get work.
Like I don't even think in the public eye it would hurt Gal.
Rachel knows this is her last ride.
Yeah. Rachel, on the other hand, pissed off half the country. So
yeah, she's done.
She is. All right, then tell me the last hit that Gal Gadot had that wasn't Wonder Woman. I'll wait.
No, that's it.
Nobody ever said she was a great actress. I don't think she's a great actress.
And you don't think this is going to affect her image? Okay.
And really, like the last thing that I saw her in was a straight to Netflix movie that I don't really think was very good. But
she'll still work.
Yeah.
Rachel Zegler will not work after this.
You think so?
Oh, dude, yeah, I think she's going to Broadway, and that's where she'll stay for a while.
Who's
going to want to work with her?
I think she will flourish on Broadway. I really do. I think she'll be great on Broadway, because I think that she has the attitude, the acting ability, and the talent that it takes to do Broadway shows. Like she has a beautiful voice. Her voice is incredible. That's where she will thrive.
Disney is counting on right now. They're counting on the MCU and Pixar. They're focused on those two. That's it. So this Snow White thing, once it's done, it's done.
Oh, here we go.
The biggest
the MCU is technically in worse shape than Star Wars right now. If you
we got a new shipping couple.
Oh God!
I
was thinking about it. He's
just as I came back, I can fix her.
See this? We have some shipping now. We've got Verbal and Taylor Swift, and now we have Raging Rhino and Blair White.
You put me with a bloke. At least Taylor Swift is an actual biological female, and she's got millions upon billions of dollars.
So I'm trying to search for more, but this is the one red carpet interview that I saw.
I'm surprised they didn't do it to me because I said I'd take her. I'd take Blair over Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah, and I took Whoopi, so they should. Put
you took old ass Whoopi.
I know.
You picked a chick with a dick.
Have you seen The View, Whoopi?
I don't give a. Like I said before, if you'll do a chick with a dick, then you'll do a dude with a dick.
It's a hypothetical.
I don't care. Hypothetically, you'll fuck a dude with a dick. Then that's my point.
She's gonna yell at you after
taking Whoopi.
My biggest thing in regards to that they're doing so much damage control for this Snow White thing is the interview with Gull, where the interviewer says, "Oh, it scared me as a kid," trying to play off that Rachel Zegler clip of her saying that she didn't like it as a kid or she was scared of it as a kid, and the way that she answers it is, to me, perfect. Like, she did the best that she could with a stupid question like that. Anyway, that's why I think that there's a lot of damage control going around at the moment for this, and the way that they're actually doing it with Gal over here and Rachel over there.
And that's why actors need to be media trained, man. And they're not anymore. There was a time when actors were media trained.
Yeah, they're not. Well, now they just let them run their mouths, which is wild. That social media has destroyed the movie star.
I completely agree.
Destroyed it.
Yep.
Before social media, there was like a mystique to actors where we didn't know that much about them, and that made them interesting. Now we know too much about them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the only time they would say something stupid is during a Playboy interview.
Yes. Yeah. No, true. No, that's
I'm 100% right.
Yeah.
Like, because that's the one where everybody gets canceled 20 years after the fact is because, and it even got John Wayne canceled at the time when he did that interview. Like, every movie he did after that was to prove that he wasn't racist.
But wait a second. Wasn't there some article I read recently that they said that they're casting based on the number of followers people have?
Yeah, they're doing that.
Yeah, I've been saying this for years. That's why we got Robert Pattinson as the Batman instead of Nicholas Hoult. because they go by their social media following more so.
Who's
than
That would
the
make
actual
sense.
talent.
That would make a lot of sense because then that would explain why Zendaya
Yep.
gets in so much
Is
shit.
everywhere.
I've
Because
been
she's got like
saying it.
2 million. Is it like 2 million people that follow her
Yeah,
on
and
Instagram?
Timothy
I don't know.
Chalamet is the same thing. He just actually can act. See, there's a
Yeah,
difference there.
Timothy Chalamet is
Timmy,
is a good
he's
actor.
a really good actor.
Yeah,
good
he's
actor.
Oh yeah,
great.
I just watched
He's
Complete
got
Unknown. If
range.
you haven't seen that,
He's got
holy
chops.
shit!
Yeah.
What is
Even if
it?
you don't like Bob Dylan, Complete Unknown, he
Oh yeah,
knocks
that
it
was
out of
actually
the
that was really
park.
good. Yeah.
Is
Oh,
that
no,
a good
no, it's
movie? You give it,
It
Tom.
is.
You give it your
Even
stamp of
if you
approval.
don't, even if you don't like
It is.
Bob Dylan, although I love Bob Dylan,
I do
even
love
if you
Bob
don't-
Dylan. Are the Beatles
Oh.
in it?
No, because it's all
Oh.
about one specific period of time. And this is the thing you got to understand going into it. It doesn't fall into all this typical biopic musical tropes, right? You don't get to see him as a young kid growing up and his dad saying you'll never amount to shit in your life or anything like that. No, it starts with him coming on the scene as Bob Dylan, right? And he kind of comes through, introduces himself to a few folk people, and the whole movie's kind of about that period between 1960 to 65, right where he goes electric, right? And
All right,
everybody
I
in
pre-ordered
folk-
it, Tom.
Yeah, and everybody
Yeah.
in folk thinks they left him behind. So it's just 1960 to 65 is the only years it covers.
Bob
Yeah.
Dylan. Bob Dylan is. I think he introduced acid
Yeah.
to the Beatles.
No, he got him high in a bathroom, but yeah.
Didn't he? Didn't he give one of them acid and didn't tell him?
I thought that was when they got with it may be. I'd have
Or
to
was
double
it
check,
Clapton that did that?
but I think it was somebody else.
Somebody
Yeah, but-
gave McCartney acid and didn't
Because
tell him.
Dylan and them
And
smoked
you know
weed
what?
before
You
they
know what?
went and
Beatles
talked to
put
the
out their
Queen.
best music after that.
They did. Yeah.
Their best music after
Gotta
that.
say,
Well, there's
when the
the
Beatles
Lost
started doing
album.
drugs.
Oh, they were the best.
You guys know about the Lost album though that they supposedly recorded so up on LSD that they erased the tapes? Have you ever heard that rumor?
That's
No.
probably true.
Yeah, somewhere
But
between. I
this
think
is shit, man. We can't put it out.
we can't put this out. People think we're nuts.
Dude, the Beatles after Acid were just the best.
I love all of their music, but when they started to just sit around and experiment instead of touring and
Yeah,
getting high, that's when they put out their best shit.
they're probably one of my favorite bands of all time.
They are my favorite band of all time. I love the Beatles. Beatles, Zeppelin, Pink Floyd. Them all.